So can you tell us about this eligibility tool? Elaborate on that for me, if you will.
Sure. Good morning, Peter. So from today, Australians can go to mycovidvax.com.au, and what this website will show is it will explain the phases in more detail. Our pharmacies all around Australia have been bombarded with questions about what do these phases mean? When can I get my vaccine? When can my family get their vaccine? And that's exactly what this tool will do.
Okay, and so presumably you've got to enter in your details, and it just responds with how long you've got to wait.
Absolutely, it's really easy to use. I've used it. My wife has used it. You go in, you put your name, you put your date of birth, you answer a few simple questions that help step you through what the national COVID vaccine rollout strategy is. So are you of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander descent? Are you a frontline healthcare or border force worker? Yeah. And it will simply pop back instantly with what phase you're eligible to participate in.
Okay, so I mean, I did one of these the other day. It was on a news site. Is it any different to that, or is it your own version of that?
Oh, so what this is it maps to the TGA's vaccination advertising code. So we've seen a lot of commercial players get into this space, which is something that does concern your local community pharmacy. So what this does is link Australians with their local community pharmacist. And we are the medication experts. We've had phone calls, we've had emails, we've had people walking in off the street saying, we've seen that these vaccines are available now. Can I book in? Can I get one? And people are supportive of the program in general, but there's just a level of anxiety and a level of confusion, and it's exactly what this eligibility tool is trying to address.
Okay, so is there some blame? Is there some fault that needs to be applied to government messaging at the moment, Trent?
Yeah. I think it's just a level, as I said before, of anxiety and confusion. I think the Commonwealth's trying to do the right thing. We think the states and territories are trying to do the right thing. But what people want to do is to cut through the noise and cut through the confusion. What does this phase 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, what does this all mean? What is the difference between the different types of vaccines that are available? Some are produced in Australia, some are produced overseas. And the natural place for Aussies to get their information on their medicines is their local community pharmacy. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. So
what
as
issue?
I said, people are rocking up to the...
Sorry, Trent, I was just going to say, sorry, I thought you were about to finish, but what issues are you seeing with the rollout so far, if any?
So what people are worried about is how do they protect their loved ones around them? So the questions that we're getting aren't so much about themselves and how I can protect myself. It's how do I protect the people in my family or the people that I'm caring for? And they want to get in as soon as possible. They want to be able to make an appointment. And at the moment, there's a lot of motherhood statements and there's a lot of well-meaning and well-intentioned pollies making some great statements. But what there is just a complete lack of detail and clarity around when will the vaccine arrive? When can I make my appointment? And the point is that people trust their local community pharmacy. They want to get that information from their local community pharmacist, and this is exactly what this does. It connects you with your community pharmacist in the palm of your hand.
But, I mean, the government websites are pretty clear on when you can go and get your vaccine, the different phases that are applied to different age groups, the different categories. Are you saying that it's not clear enough?
What we're saying is you can have a look at a graph online, you can have a look at a picture online, but what we're seeing boots on the ground out in the community is a level of confusion. So we are seeing many Australians rock up to their community pharmacy in regional, rural, remote areas, in major metropolitan cities, saying, I want to get this. How do I get this? When can I make an appointment? What website do I go to? What app do I use? And this is just something that we can say, listen, calm down. We'll get back to you when we have further clarity on it. We'll give you a call. We'll send you a text message. We'll send you an email. And that's exactly what this does. When can I book myself in? When can I book my family members in?
More broadly speaking, Trent, are you satisfied with the speed of the rollout of the vaccine so far? I mean, it's had some issues as well. You had the overdose in Brisbane the other day, which thankfully the two recipients are recovering and they're going okay. So there's only been that kind of issue, but what sort of problems are you seeing at the moment?
What we're seeing is that health professionals need to be trained, right? And we already are. So GPs have a high level of training, community pharmacists have a high level of training, and so does your local nurse. So what we saw is the Commonwealth Government grant a training contract to the Australian College of Nursing, which we were very supportive of. But what we then saw is the RACGP advocate to the Commonwealth Government for a watered down or cut down training version for their local GP. And that was something that concerned us greatly, because everybody should have confidence, all Australians should have confidence that regardless of where they get their vaccine, whether they're in a nursing home, whether they're in their local community pharmacy, whether they're in their local GP, that the person giving them that vaccination have all done the same level of training and the same training modules. So what we would like to see is there no workarounds, no cut down versions. Every Australian health practitioner that administers the COVID vaccine should be participating and should have completed the same level of training.
Okay, Trent Twomey, the Senior National Vice President of the Pharmacy Guild of Australia. Thanks, Trent. Talk to you soon.